Hello Linux fans, Rob here. I want to take this review to a different level here. Instead of reviewing an OS or a Linux distro rather, I wanted to talk some about the software within Linux and within the Linux world. And this is so this is primarily for a new Linux user or someone that is contemplating making this switch from another operating system such as Windows or Mac, and they're hesitant because they're not sure about the software that's available within Linux. Primarily for me, as a Windows user in the past, primarily for me, what kept me going back to Windows at the time was either a particular game, but in the business world, it was primarily Microsoft Office. So, if you're in a corporate environment today, you're going to be working with Microsoft Office in some format. Most companies, that's what you're going to see, just hands down. It's just very prevalent. And so, years past, I would try Linux, and I would get into working with Microsoft documents, and would have mixed results. Maybe the formatting wasn't correct. Sometimes it just would not open. So that would take me back to Windows. Well, a lot's changed over the last few years. I mean, if you just look back 10 years ago compared to today, you have a vast number of Office options, be it in the Android OS world. There are several Office suites that are very good to choose from. There are several Office suites to choose from in Linux. And there are several Office suites to choose from in the cloud. So Google offers a free Office suite, and Microsoft actually has Microsoft Office 365, which offers Office in the cloud. So I'm throwing all this out to you because I want you to kind of open up your mind a little bit. If you're considering Linux, you have options today that did not exist 5, 10 years ago. And as a fail-safe, I would say look at Office 365 or Office Online, and if you get into a situation to where you just must have an Office format, then you can access that through the cloud today. So I want to bring your attention to a software suite, really, that is very prevalent in most Linux distributions. If it's not installed by default in your choice of Linux, it's very easy to download and install, and that would be LibreOffice. So we'll go into Office here, and you'll see here a full suite. So you have everything from database management to Excel to a PowerPoint type called Impress. It's an application called Impress, and Writer, which is their version of Word. So we're going to launch into Writer, and I just want to point out here, did you see how quick that launched? I did not have Writer preloaded in the back, hiding out or anything. It launches that fast. I don't know about you, but the last time you opened Word, did you run into the scenario where you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, okay, did I actually click that icon because this is not opening? Or it starts to open and you get the spinning wheel or the spinning hourglass. I've never had that with LibreOffice. And time is money. So anyway, let's jump into this. For the sake of time, I'm not going to go into details on everything, but I want to give you a feel for how intuitive this is, and I want you to know that within a matter of a few days use, I believe that you'll find everything that you need in LibreWriter. I think you'll find everything that you need in comparison to Microsoft Word. So up top you have your menu. You have File, Edit, View, Insert, Format, Styles, Table, Tools, Window, and Help. And while we're here, let's go into the About. And we have version 5.2.0.4. And I believe that is the latest version of LibreOffice. So just briefly, we'll go in and we'll insert a text box. You have a row of icons up here, which are not too dissimilar from the Microsoft Office dock, if you will. I believe they call it dock. Anyway, no, is it dock? Well, anyway, you have a row of icons that mimic that, but I think are actually a little better. So maybe the icons are not laid out. Maybe you don't know just by looking at the icon what it does. So all you have to do is hover, and here we see paste. Here we see bold. Okay? Here we see font color. So just take some time and work your way around, and you'll see everything that you need there to format this document. Now, if it's not here in your row of icons, you'll find it here to the right. So what I like about this, if you are a person who's used to going up to the menu for your different functions, then that memory is there for you. That eye-hand coordination memory movement is there for you. Or perhaps you're used to the icons that were laid out there in Microsoft Office. Now I'm actually growing to really appreciate what we have here on the right. It's closer. It's kind of in my line of sight as I'm working on a document, so I think that's a nice added feature. So we'll go ahead and we're just going to add a text box here to show you how easy it is to click and drag, and bam, you have a text box. Alright, so we're going to just go ahead and highlight that, and immediately again we can go right here to the right, to the icons, to the menu, but we're going to go in and we're going to change that font. Alright, and we're going to bump the size of that font up. Let's take that up to 24, and let's say I want that bold. Okay, real quick we can change that to bold. Let's change that font color. Okay, and now I want to change the paragraph spacing, so here I have my option here, and again I have the option right up here, so let's do it here. And let's say we want to change the spacing. Alright, so we're going to take that out to 1.5, and then we want to change where that's positioned within the text box. So let's take that to the center. Okay, and we're going to take a look at that. I want to go a little larger. Very easy to do, or I can use my mouse wheel. Scroll up, scroll down. Alright, so we're going to take that to 32. Alright, so there we go. It's that quick, that simple. It's just a matter of learning where your different options are. Let's say we wanted to add an image. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and click image, and I'm going to choose, let's see here, let's choose this image here, and now I'm going to drag. Well, I've made a mistake. I actually had, let's go back. So I've made a mistake. What do we do when we make a mistake? We go to undo. Okay, so I'm going to hit undo again, just like in Microsoft Office. Alright, so let's go back and try that again. And we're going to choose this. And now I've got my image here, and I can click and drag that image just like in Microsoft Word and place it on the document where it makes sense to me. Now here is something that I don't think is I know it's in Office, but I don't think it's as quickly accessible as it is here. But let's say I wanted to go in and quickly edit the contrast of this photo and the brightness of this photo. It's right here. It's laid out for me. Alright. I can change the wrap or the text wrap from that. If we wanted to add a border to that, again, we can go up here and we can hover and we can see border style. Here we have none. Let's go ahead and put a line around this. Let's change the border color. So I'm just going to give you a quick example of that. And maybe we want the border thickness. Let's find that. Okay, and I can tell you that I haven't used it, but I know that we can find it. So again, it's just a matter of finding what it is that you need. So let's see here. We have border style. Actually, let's go double border there. We can also right click and we can go down and find various options there. So we can edit this photo with an external tool, and again we can find the alignment. Same thing, we can find to the right or to the top. We could rotate the photo. So again, I'm not going to spend a tremendous amount of time going through and going into all the details right now. This is an overview so that you can see and get a feel for the fact that this is a very powerful Office suite with some options to save this in a way that will allow you to share the format exactly as you want it. So we're going to go over here and choose Save As, okay? And we're going to go into Documents. Now at this point you have a choice to save in various formats. You can save in the default ODF or .odt format, which is the default format for LibreOffice, or you can come down here and choose Microsoft Word 2007 to 2013 DocX format. And I'll just say here, there's no guarantee that the formatting, depending on the complexity of your document, there's no guarantee that the formatting would be exact for that person opening it up in Windows 2013. You could also choose older versions of Windows 97 to 2003, the good old days, and you can come down and choose the true Open DocX format. That's a true Open Office or a true DocX Open format. So lots of options to choose from there. We're going to come out of that briefly. Let's say, hey, I want to make sure this is sent to the person in the format that I created it. You simply go to File, Export as PDF. I'm going to save the default settings they have here for DPI and quality, and you choose Export. So we're going to save that as Learn Linux. So I'll click Save. It's going to ask me to overwrite. We'll say yes. And now let's go in and take a look at that document. Learn Linux. There it is, just as we had formatted it. Because it's a PDF, it's not going to change. They're going to open that up in their standard PDF viewer, so let's open that up actually with a document viewer. You'll see a larger version of that. And that's how your recipient's going to see it, just as you had designed it, because it's a PDF. That feature, export to PDF, I believe did not come to Microsoft Office till 2010. So again, nothing to be afraid of here. Jump in, give it a try. I think if you spend 2 or 3 days, you're going to find everything that you need within Libre Writer as opposed to Microsoft Word. And quickly, I'm going to jump over to Presenter or Presentation, which is Impress, and you're going to see the same type of layout that you would kind of be trained to as you're using LibreOffice, with a row of icons, with your menus up top, and then with options to the right. Immediately you're presented with text boxes. You're going to find that you can go in and format everything just almost identical to what you would find in PowerPoint. You can go in and set up your different slides. So let's just, alright, while I'm here, so we'll just do a test. Alright, so now there's our first slide. Right click on that slide and you can go in and duplicate that. Okay, see? Just as quick and easy as you would find in PowerPoint. Transitions, slide ins, all of the PowerPoint features that you've come to know over the years, they're here. And if there's something in particular, there may be an add-in for it. So again, get in here, experiment, don't be afraid. I would challenge you to say that if you present this to someone in its completed format as a PowerPoint, that person viewing your presentation will have no way of knowing whether this was a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation or if this was done in LibreOffice Impress on a Linux system. I would challenge that they would have no way of knowing which one this come from if you were just showing the presentation. So again, lots of options. You could do this online. If you didn't like LibreOffice, you could go online and do this in the cloud through Microsoft. You could do this through Google. But give this some time. That's why I wanted to take a few minutes here and express that this is a very good option if this is what's holding you back. Hope this helps, and we'll check you next time.